Well, good afternoon. Hello, my friends and family. How are you? It's Friday. Guess what? It is Friday, January the 13th, the 14th. Oh my goodness. This month is passing by fast. Twyler Jenkins here. I need to get it together. I've been working all day, busy, busy, busy in meetings. But as I was just talking to my special guest for today, we're not complaining because we are blessed. And guess what? We are too blessed to be stressed. I am so excited to be here with you yet another Friday, the second Friday in this year. So, God continues to do mighty things, great things. Hopefully, you guys will be able to join us. I've been trying to promote early, I'm trying to do better with so much on my plate. I want to make sure that you are inspired, encouraged. I want to make sure that you have information, events, and resources on how to live your best life. That is what the I Am That Woman movement and retreat is all about. Teaching you, helping you, inspiring you, encouraging you to live your best life, mind, body, and spirit, holistically, not with a lot of, pharmaceuticals and, stress and anxiety, but with the Spirit of God, with prayer, with meditation, with inspiration. That's what we're here for. Today is like every other Friday, going to be filled and packed with information. We have none other than our one and only sister, who is a girlfriend, dear friend, even mentor of mine. I don't know if she will accept that, but I hope so, because I have learned so much from her. And today I'm super excited because we're talking about her new book, Just Leap, Messages That Will Inspire You to Embrace Life. Doesn't that align with our mission? Yes, because that is what we need. We need messages to help us, align us to living our best life. So I'm super excited to have Eva Kennedy with us today. We're going to be having a conversation about not only this book, but even her first book that she wrote, which was the theme of today, which is Witness the Most Powerful You. 5 fundamental principles to create and live the life that you desire. So, in this new year, in 2022, what are you desiring? Have you started envisioning, manifesting, meditating, praying on those things that you desire? Well, if you haven't, it's time to get ready. Hey, Shy, thanks for joining. Put it out there. Have others join us because we are getting ready to be inspired today with Eva Kennedy. And before I go any further, let me introduce you all to the wonderful, magnificent, lovely Miss Eva Kennedy. Hello.
Hey, I should have recorded that. That was a great introduction. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank
You,
you.
you are so welcome. No, absolutely. So beautiful, so inspiring, so encouraging. Since the first day I met you, and I don't even remember when that was, some years ago, or how that was, but I do know who it was. And that was our divine God bringing us together, connecting us, and then reconnecting us after all of these years. And you thinking about me, I was thinking about you, and then it just happened. So, Eva, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Eva Kennedy?
Oh my God, I love that. Thank you so much for having me today. I truly appreciate it. You know what, Tyler, you are absolutely amazing. And I am just so grateful that God put us together. But I am a woman of great faith, first and foremost, of great faith. And I hold on to hope and faith and take God with me with it all the time. Everything I do, God is with me. So I, you know, had this corporate job, and after being diagnosed with breast cancer and having a reoccurrence within 5 years, left my corporate job, became a professional volunteer. And after that, I was stuck. I didn't know what to do with the rest of my life. So I prayed and I asked God to show me my purpose. As a result of that, I ended up in coaching school. And that was the beginning of my journey of self discovery. And what I realized, and I tell people this all the time, is that I had become an emotional prisoner and I was holding myself hostage. Like so many of us, we suppress our feelings. And I had this internal emotional pocket And I kept putting my emotions in the pocket versus dealing with them. And eventually the pocket ran over.
Wow.
So I was led to coaching school, and it was during my time in coaching school, again, that was the beginning of my journey of self-discovery. I started to embark on my purpose, and I realized today, and I can say it without hesitating, and I can say it with confidence, my purpose is to help women live a more meaningful life, because I know I'm not the only one that's out here. I know I'm not the only one that
Beautiful.
was stuck, that
Yeah.
wanted more. And so that's where I am now. I'm a life coach, I'm an author, and my purpose driven passion is to help women make meaningful changes that give them the freedom to live the life they desire.
What a beautiful mission. What a beautiful purpose. And to your point, you weren't always there.
No,
And that emotional baggage, that emotional, you said you put your emotions in a pocket, you hid
yeah,
it and you tried to just bury it. And I think in those years of being in corporate America, which many of us are, either in corporate America or maybe even being an entrepreneur, just doing the work to pay the bills, to live life, but not living in purpose. And
right.
so you had a medical experience. You got breast cancer,
Yes,
still continue to work, and knowing that disease is dis-ease. And so a lot of the stress, the anxiety, the pressure, everything from work and just everything you were doing wasn't fulfilling.
right.
And so that's kind of what caused some of that dis-ease. And then you had the battle with cancer. Well, we're so happy that God is a healer, and you were healed and you came through breast cancer, but then you went right back, right? You didn't step away from it immediately, and then you said within 3 months
No, we came back within 5 years.
and
So I
within
was
five
first
years.
diagnosed, and I was trying, because back at during that particular time, I'd heard somewhere that if the cancer, if you don't have a reoccurrence within 5 years, you're considered a survivor. So I was praying and asking God to get me over that 5 years,
Yeah.
but it came back the fifth year.
Wow. And then that experience really had you to step back and take a look at life.
I started looking at my life differently, because I felt like God was trying to tell me something, because I had a lot of complications with the surgeries. Because I had a mastectomy and I had reconstructive surgery, and I had a lot of complications. And it seemed like every time I had a complication, it got to the point where I felt like there was a little gnat flying around me. You know how? And I felt like God was trying to tell me something, and I didn't know what it was. But what was happening every time I had a setback, I was thinking more about my life and my health and less about the job, because I was married to the job.
Married to the job. How
Yeah.
many of us are married to something that is
Mhm.
not serving our purpose, not serving our highest level of being, of living, of just being and existing? So
Right.
you finally answered that call, stepped away, and became a professional volunteer. That's something I never heard that before. But sometimes just being still and just giving back puts you in a whole different frame and a different mindset. So, what inspired you to write your first book, which is Witness the Most Powerful You?
Well, first of all, I went to school, achieved my certification as a life coach, and I wrote during my time in school as a life coach. One of the lessons that they teach you is how to help your clients find their purpose. And one of the exercises that you have to do is write out a life purpose statement.
Mhm.
So, my purpose at that time, and still is, I am the voice that inspires others to embrace life. But when I wrote it out, I was so insecure and so afraid I wouldn't even say it.
Wow.
It took me about 6 months before I could actually say, I am the voice that inspires others to embrace life, because I was afraid. Who are you? That little negative voice. What make you think anyone is going to listen to you?
Mm.
I run the lakefront. I jog, and I tell people this all the time. When I jog, I get clarity. I can hear that still small voice. And I just kept praying and praying and praying. And one day I said it. And I said it to this woman. And as soon as I said it, she said, great, we'll get some women together and you can speak to them. So now it's in the universe. So I prayed and asked God, give me something tangible. Because I know when I go and listen to someone else, when I come home, I'm inspired and motivated while I'm there. But when I come home, so the question I always ask myself is, what are you going to do next? So I prayed and asked God to give me something tangible. And I run the leg front. And when I would come home, I would just sit down and write and write. And because I wanted to be able to give people something that they would have so that, they could keep and continue to work. And this is what he gave me: witness
Wow.
the most powerful you, 5 fundamental principles to create and live the life you desire.
So I hear a couple of lessons that came out of that, Eva. I hear that you, although you were in school, and so you beckoned the call of, crafting a skill of becoming a life coach.
Mm-hmm.
And when they gave you that exercise of writing your own life statement, you knew what you wanted to be, but you weren't even ready to accept it. So
Right.
I think sometimes when we have a calling on our life, it's not out of the ordinary, even though we are maybe being obedient, it's not out of the ordinary for us not to feel comfortable as
Mm-hmm.
soon as we even accept the calling. And so it took you a while, and it takes all of us a while to believe, but that is the mustard seed of faith that we need to believe that which God has put in you can be made manifest. And it may not be on the first day, but just acknowledging and being aware of what was pulling you. Because even in your battle of cancer, like you said, that net, God
Yeah.
never let you go. You still
Yeah.
kept knowing that there was something else and something else there. And so you kept, moving forward and
Mm-hmm.
searching and seeking.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how when you say you run the lakefront, that you can hear, because that was your time of being still, even though you
Right.
were moving, right?
Right. Right.
It's a form
Yeah.
of meditation, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you were actively being still and hearing God. And I
Yeah.
think that is a lesson that we all need to learn, especially now, and the season that we're living in now with where God has us.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love our prayer meditation, and we'll get to that. But
Right.
being still and hearing God and knowing that He's still speaking, even if you were going through some life challenges. So you
Right.
heard that call, you
Right.
received that call, you kept working until you were comfortable enough in answering that call. And then
Right.
once you answered it, I tell people all the time, if you take one step forward, God will continue to help you to take all the other steps that you need. Sorry, I should put my phone on silent. But
Mhm.
God will help you to take all those other steps that you need. So you wrote your first book. How did that feel?
You know what? It's amazing. I just felt like I was being obedient because it was tough. A, I had a career. I had a successful career, and I walked away from it. But this was something that was so much bigger than me. So
Mm-hmm.
everything that I had accomplished professionally in the corporate world was insignificant when I started this journey. I started this journey at a very, being very, very vulnerable and unsure of myself. I could walk into the boardroom in the corporate sector and
Mm-hmm.
hold my own. But
Mm-hmm.
this time, this was different because I had to tap into the soul essence of who I am.
Wow.
That's such a valuable lesson because people tend to look outside for the answers. And all the answers and everything we need is inside. We just have to learn how to tap into the spirit, how to tap into and listen and be obedient. So this was different for me because I had the yearning. I knew there was more to my life. I didn't know what it was. I was seeking my purpose. I didn't know I'd end up being a coach. I didn't know I would end up writing 3 books. So I was extremely vulnerable. The fear was overwhelming, but God had his hands on me. And I kept turning to him. I kept seeking. I kept praying. I kept jogging. And eventually here I am, you know? But
Beautiful.
everything you have, everything you need is within you. Everything.
Eva, you preaching today and you are helping
Sorry.
somebody today. But that's why we here, because I know that every speaker that I have, we are here to help other people. I
Right.
feel like that's a part of my purpose too. That is the part of the I Am That Woman movement and retreat. It is not about me. I love sharing information. I love sharing wisdom. And you are sharing some powerful, as Shiree said, yes. Thank you, Shiree. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Peggy. Hey, Deatrice and Valerie. Thank you for joining us. And yes, I told you all this conversation was going to be powerful and you did not want to miss it. So you just kept moving, kept going, kept praying. It doesn't always happen at the same time that we want it to happen because our time is not God's time. But your
Right.
steadfastness and obedience, and right now, oh my goodness, we are actually teaching and
Hmm.
reading on obedience. And so
Hmm.
you kept being obedient to the call. For those of you who are out there who you know that something is just pulling at you, something's telling you you have more, you are more than a
Right.
conqueror, but it doesn't always happen overnight. It does take time. It's a process. Life is a journey. Hey, Devlon. So keep staying on your journey as Eva did. So you kept staying on your journey. God blessed you with this amazing first book, and it's
Hmm.
Witnessing the Most Power for You, the five fundamental principles. Because, as you said, we oftentimes, it's like church. We go, we hear a
Hmm.
good sermon, we shout,
Hmm.
we say hallelujah, we may, pray in the spirit, we may run the aisles, and then we come home and it was like, oh, church was good. And you was like, really?
Right.
What did the pastor preach? Well, I don't remember what the scripture was, but it felt good. So
Right.
God implanted something in you to leave, to give a roadmap to actually help women with these five fundamental principles.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you guys how to order this book because, again, this was her first book, which we're going to talk about her
Hmm.
latest book. But to witness your most powerful you, which is awareness, clarity, alignment, authenticity, and enlightenment. And so God gave all of these practices to you while you were running, and you put it into a book form.
Even the name, but actually, this book is designed to support a workshop that I do because I mean it's a standalone as well, but the workshop is powerful. The
Well, you know
workshop,
what that means. That
yeah,
means we got to plan a workshop either.
we have to plan a workshop. The workshop is really powerful because what I have been taught and led to do is to create that place and that space so women can feel comfortable enough to open up and be their authentic self. So yeah,
Yes.
the workshop is very powerful.
Well, we have to plan a workshop and we got to
For
plan
sure.
it soon, even if it's on Zoom as we
Yeah.
go through this variant and all that other kind of stuff. We are planning a workshop. We talked about it the last time. So this year, we're all about making it happen. So maybe for February, we're going to plan a workshop, perhaps for
Right.
Black History Month. We will plan a workshop
Right.
that Eva will help us because I'd rather do it on the front end of the year when we're in the first quarter and how to be aware, how to have clarity, alignment, authenticity, and enlightenment. I think those five principles definitely will help us to witness the most powerful us. Anything else you want to share about this first book that you published before we move on to next?
Well, the only thing that I want to say about this book or about anything else, and I was talking about that a few minutes ago, that everything you need if you want to make changes in your life, you have within you. Now, make no mistake, and I tell people this all the time, it doesn't mean that life is going to be any easier for you. But I truly believe that you owe it to yourself if you have a yearning. Don't you dare live your life without pursuing that yearning. If something has been placed in your heart and you feel it in your soul, don't you dare, because we only get one shot at this. So I encourage anyone that's listening right now, I don't care how difficult it is, because life isn't easy. You owe it to yourself. If something's been placed on your heart or in your heart for you to do, you owe it to yourself to do it.
You owe it to yourself to do it. And as you said, we were made in the image of God. We have everything that we need. You just said it right inside of us. We don't
Yeah.
have to look outside of any part of us to find what it is that we need. If God gave it to us, it's
Mhm.
up to us to answer the call and to do it. So, thank you for sharing that. And you're so right. I was talking to my sister Shai earlier, and we were talking about that power within. And even this morning, the Spirit led me to call her, and I was like, oh, I have so much other stuff to do. And I had to literally pick up the phone and call her because we were talking about manifesting. And she was watching a video about manifesting.
Mhm.
And so she said, what we need to manifest what we want in our life is right within us.
Oh
It's
yeah.
the divine innate God that lies within us. So I've
Right.
been having this conversation since this morning. It's lining all up. So
And
absolutely.
I tell people don't be afraid to ask for help or seek help, because it doesn't mean you may not need help along the way. It was in coaching school when I first started this journey of self-discovery. The prayer line helps me. I get on that prayer line because I need help.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to seek help.
Don't be afraid to seek help, and don't be afraid because let me tell you, the devil comes to steal whatever you call him, your
Right.
mind, your own self. Sometimes people say I don't like to give the devil credit because it's our own selves defeating ourselves, because you just said it. We have the power within. So
Mhm.
just like you can flip on the switch of a light, you can flip on your own mindset saying I can instead of I can't.
Can I tell you what? This is my coaching experience and life experiences. We have negative thoughts and we have positive thoughts. We give much more power to negative thoughts.
Yes, we
We
do.
give negative thoughts the power. We don't give positive thoughts the same power we give to negative thoughts. And it's something just that simple. Be conscious of your thoughts. Don't give your power to negative thoughts.
Don't give your power to negative thoughts. Be conscious and aware of your thoughts.
Yes.
The power of your thoughts. I was saying it. I said it on the prayer line. This is my last winter in Chicago. I promise you all, this time next year, I'm going to be looking out on the ocean from my living room, my bedroom. I'm getting ready to be a snowbird. I'm speaking it into existence.
There you
I'm
go.
looking for real estate.
There
I
you
was
go.
looking for a car that I could leave down there. Like, I'm being serious. I was just talking to a friend in Naples, and he said, you sound serious. I said, oh, I'm real serious about this
Mhm.
thing. The positive thoughts. We don't even always have to line it up to how it's going to happen. I haven't started the separate savings account. I just know that it's going to happen, and God will continue to put it into action for it to happen by my positive thoughts of saying, I'm going to be a snowbird going to Florida. It's just that easy.
That's what faith is. That's what faith is. And that's the other thing. We don't realize faith is what brought us this far. So when you start doubting yourself, just think about what brought you this far. Faith. Because whatever you wanted, most of the times you didn't know how you were going to achieve it. Like you just said, you don't know, but you know you're going. You
I
have
know I'm
faith.
going. That's
You have
right.
faith.
That is
You have
definitely the definition of faith.
faith. That's faith.
So, what faith did you have to just leap?
To keep trusting and believing, because it's just like anything else. You start a journey and your emotions show up, right? And during the journey, sometimes you get tired, you get weary, but you have to keep going.
Mhm.
You have to keep going. And I wrote Just Leap for all the women that have put everybody else first. And for all the women that keep making excuses, saying, well, when this one gets out of school and when this gets a little better, life is happening now. And the only day we have and the only moment we have is right now.
Right now.
So if you're not going to do it now, when? And if you're afraid to do it, hopefully this will help you. That's why I wrote it, for every woman. And I think about my own mom. I never knew if she had dreams. I never knew. My mom left my dad with a 10th grade education and 4 children and moved from South Carolina to Boston. She never did go back to school, and she put us first. And she passed away. She made her transition in 2000. I never knew if she had dreams.
Mm.
And I meet so many women that are at that point in their lives where they want more. They just don't know how to move forward. Some of them don't even know how to clarify what it is they want. That was me. I knew I was seeking my purpose, but I didn't know what that looked like.
Wow.
So this is for every woman who wants more out of life. Do it and do it today. Just do it. Just leap.
Just Leap. What
Yeah.
inspired you to write Just Leap? Just with your own experiences, listening? Was it your coaching and hearing so many women and men, I'm sure you coach men too, just coming in and saying, I want to, but I don't know how to. I mean, what was your inspiration behind this particular book?
All of the above, and being at that crossroad at the lakefront, because there are days I'm human, and my faith is strong, but there are days my emotions kick in too, and I'll pray and ask God, well, God, what's next? What am I doing? Am I showing up and doing what you would have me to do?
Yeah.
What's next? And being at that crossroad and choosing, I don't know where the road is going to take me, but I'm going to stay in faith, and whatever it is you would have me to do, I will do it as long as you give me the skills, the wisdom, and the patience to do it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't set out to write this book. I didn't really, the first one I prayed about, the workshop, Witness the Most Powerful You, just being obedient.
Yeah.
Just being obedient. And to your point, coaching, and I coach women that are at that point in their life where I call midlife transition, and they want more. And most of them want more. They need help clarifying what it is that they want and building the actionable steps, which is the structure
Yeah.
and the support and the confidence
Yeah.
to go forward.
What a great word, confidence.
Yes.
Rings a bell. It's been our affirmation this month. We
Mhm.
are affirming our confidence
Right.
every morning on our meditation line, and it has certainly helped me. I mean, I see the difference in my meetings, like you said. I mean, when we have the courage and to go in and command a boardroom, but sometimes I'm fatigued or tired from work, and it just seems like I will recite some affirmations from our meditation before I
Mhm.
start a Zoom meeting. And I just have so much more confidence, and the meeting goes so much better. But affirming that confidence and to just leap. And that truly is what the I Am That Woman movement and retreat is all about. It is about helping women to find their next, because oftentimes we spend most of our lives serving others, as you
That's
said,
it. Yeah.
and
That's
you
it.
can't pour from an empty cup. And so oftentimes we're just doing so much for others and not for ourselves. And we do get to that point in life where it becomes a bit more meaningful to
Mhm.
serve in purpose. And like you said, if we don't know how or don't know what to do, what process to take, this book helps you to go through that process of recognizing where you are. Take us a little bit about live life for you. You're encouraging women to do just that, to live life for themselves, because most of the time we do live it for others. So how do you guide them through this book on doing that?
Well, first and foremost, number one, to thy own self be true. If you want more out of life, first of all, you have to admit that you want more, and it's okay. You have to give yourself permission. I read something, it's funny, I read something recently. It says 79% of women report feeling the need to seek permission to pursue their dreams. I just Googled it. So first and foremost, just give yourself permission, and
Wow.
then take ownership, accountability, and responsibility for what it is that you desire. So live life for you if you want it, because here's the thing: we will help hold somebody else up. We'll be strong for them, we'll be smart for them, but
Yep.
we won't do it when it
For
comes down
ourselves.
to looking at our own life. We don't
Yeah.
think we're smart enough. We don't
Yeah.
think we're strong enough.
Yeah.
We don't think we're courageous enough.
Wow.
We are all those things for other women. We're all these things for our husbands, our
Yeah.
sisters, our brothers, our cousins, our
Our
co-workers.
communities. Yeah.
So this live life for you is kind of my way of helping you give yourself permission to be okay with doing it for you and knowing that you have the strength, the courage to do it, and the
Yes.
ability because you've done it for other people.
Yes.
So why
Yes.
not do it for yourself? So that's
Why
the L. Live life for you.
live life for you? And so in this book helps you to do just that. I mean, you
Okay.
take the, I love, you start with you have it all. And we talked about that. So
Mhm.
many people don't think that they have what it takes. Hey Tyrone, thanks for joining. But we do. We have it within us. God made us in his image to have everything that we need. He
Right.
didn't make anything wrong. He made us all right. So even your first chapter says about you have it all. You have what it takes.
You do.
And
That's
then your future belongs to you. So like you said, in the moment,
hmm
doing it now, not waiting,
right.
not asking permission of someone else, for you to do it, but taking that leap of faith and doing it now. What are some of the other lessons, and how, tell us a little bit about how the book works.
The way the book is set up, really, it's leap. Messages that will inspire you to embrace life. The L is live life for you. So there are messages, inspiring messages that will help you focus on living life for yourself. The E is expect good things to happen. So you have to believe whatever it is that you want, you can achieve what it is that you desire. A, accept the things you can't change. So many of us are looking behind us instead of looking ahead. So, whatever baggage you may be holding on to, accept things that you can't change and leave what's behind you. And to prosper in all areas of life. It's a state of mind. Prosperity belief begins in the mind. And the way the book is set up, there's an inspirational message, and then there's a little space for you to be able to take some notes. But it's designed to help you be okay with focusing on you, not needing someone else to validate you, not walking around being vulnerable. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Not walking around being afraid to be vulnerable because
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to be vulnerable. You don't
Yeah.
need other people to validate you. Validate yourself and to know that you have skills and talents, to know that you have purpose and meaning in your life because you're doing it for other people. Now it's time to do it for you.
Now it's time to do it for you. I put it up on the screen. You all go to Eva's website now and get ready to order this book. This is
Mhm.
how it looks. She has 3 books actually, but you can go to her website now and click on order now or learn more. And go ahead and just leap. I'm telling you, this book is going to change your life. It will take you to Amazon. We want to support our sister. We want to make sure that she look right there, takes you right to Amazon. You don't
Yes,
have
it
to
does.
wait on it.
Mhm.
It takes you directly to the website to order. So we want to make sure that we support her and what this book is doing, going to do, change your life. Listen, it's a new year. Witness the most powerful you. Get ready to be that woman, that man that God has blessed you to be.
That's it.
I love this comment, Gary Hunter. And hello, God will give you all you need. God said, even when you appear to not know, speak and I'll speak through you. And that's what Eva is doing with this book, encouraging you to just leap, just speak, just believe and have faith that you can be what it is that you want to be.
Yeah.
So you read it and then you take notes. So it's a
That's it.
guide, Eva.
It's a guide. Yes. It's one of those, my books, even Inspirations for the Soul, they're the type of books you keep on your nightstand. They're nightstand books. They're like diaries. You read the message, Inspirations for the Soul. This one here, there's a thought provoking question at the end of each of the messages. This one's a little differently. There's a thought provoking question at the end of each section, but it's designed to help you focus on the person within.
Wow, designed to help you focus on the person
Mhm.
within. You guys hear that? Designed to help you focus on the person within. Because as Eva said, and we all know, most of the time we're spending our lives not focusing on us, focusing on everybody else.
Yes.
And so when we start focusing on the purpose, on the person within, is when we find that purpose, right?
Yeah. And to embrace life, I don't care where you are in life or what's going on, embrace life. One of the things that I've learned, cancer, like I said, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, had a mastectomy because it came back within the 5 years. I was blessed, it came back in the same breast. So the words, you have cancer, changed my life.
Mhm.
But I'm a survivor, taught me how to live my life. I
Wow.
don't care what you're going through or where you are. And sometimes you can't see it because you're in the midst of the storm. But I'm here to share, encourage, and inspire you. Elevation's on the other side, but you have to keep going. And if you're looking at life from a negative perspective, then you need to change your perspective, because when you change your perspective, you change your life.
Yes, when you change your perspective, you change your life. Hey,
Yeah.
Greg. Greg said, expect good things to happen. Sounds like faith to me. So, when, just like you just said, when you change your perspective, then your whole life perspective
Yes.
changes and you
Yes.
can start living in that. And that starts with the mind, right? Eva,
That's
we
it.
have to start with our mindset.
Yeah. Because your mind controls your emotions controls your actions to your choices, and your choices controls your outcome. So just think, you have to get up every day. Being on the prayer line at 5:30 in the morning is amazing. I don't make it every morning, but it's amazing. Just getting up and being intentional, because what you start your day focusing on, that's what you're going to focus on throughout the day. So if you get up in the morning and you're thinking negative thoughts, guess what? That's what you're going to attract all day long. But if you get up in the morning with God, and if you put on your faith and you put on your hope, then that's what you're going to carry with you all day. And I don't care what's happening in your life. If you just stay in faith, stay in hope, and trust and believe, you will be fine.
You will be fine no
You will
matter
be fine.
what. Because, like you said, when you had to accept that you had cancer, you did at that moment, it was scary. I'm
Yes,
sure it was daunting. I'm sure you went through all of the motions of finding this out. But when you also learn how to live in that positivity of I am a survivor and cancer doesn't have me, and
right.
I'm going to take this on the best way that I know how through my own mind shift of saying, I am healed and I am a survivor. How
Mhm.
has the prayer line helped you?
Oh, I can give you a perfect example. The other morning, I was on and I had this unspoken prayer.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny because I'd been talking and working through some things with God. I got off the prayer line, I jumped up, I came downstairs, I got on the computer, and I had a great day. It just put me in the right frame of mind. And it was an unspoken prayer, but I felt the prayer, I felt the energy.
Yeah.
And I was telling someone else this, I was like, wow, I had a really good, productive day. Because, like I said, I'm human. I believe in God. I have faith and I have hope. But the emotions show up. And
Mhm.
sometimes you just get tired. And it's okay to feel that way, but you can't stay there. You
Yes.
can't stay in that space and in that place.
Yes.
You have to keep going. And that's why you have to get up every morning and put hope and faith on. And that's the prayer line. Like I said, what you start your morning focusing on, that's what's going to keep your attention throughout the day. So the prayer line has helped me tremendously personally. And needless to say, the prayer warriors are, them some praying sisters, okay? And my brother James, he's going back to work next week. And this is a brother who had COVID and pneumonia, who was in the hospital in Boston, in intensive care for 6 days, to the point the doctor called and said, I'm notifying his family.
Jesus.
So that's how the prayer line has helped me.
Wow, that almost brings me to tears, Eva. That is such a praise report.
Mm-hmm.
So what Eva is saying is we even have a group chat.
Yes.
And so she texted us and told us to pray for her brother because he had gone to the hospital, was diagnosed with COVID and pneumonia and left.
Left the
So the
hospital. That's
first prayer
right.
request was that he goes back. to the
Yes, that's
hospital.
true. That's true. And he did. He went back, thank God. Because you know what they told him? Had he not come back to the hospital, he would have died. But not only that, the man's going back to work next week.
God
Oh, I
is
have to tell this story really quickly too. So this was on a Wednesday when the doctors called and they put him in intensive care on a Wednesday. That's when I notified the prayer line, the prayer, everybody. So my brother, when I spoke with them on Thursday, he said there was a lot of people in my room last night. So I asked him, I said, "Are you talking about the doctors and nurses?" He said, "No, but there were people in and out of my room all night." I said, "Those are the prayer warriors. Those are the angels, prayer angels and the prayer warriors." I'm serious, but he was funny. He said people were in my room all night, and I know it was people in that room praying for him.
To God be the glory because we were. And I love our prayer line. God has blessed us. It
Mhm.
started as a family prayer line, and then it was kind of became just me and my sisters. And, as we launched the I Am That Woman movement, and God just laid it on my heart, being obedient, and said, in the morning time, open it up and do morning mindfulness. He gave me the name morning mindfulness. And for
Mhm.
1 year last year, we just did prayer. And then God said, do meditation. And I was like you, I said, I don't know anything about doing
Right.
meditation. Like at the retreat, I have someone to come in and do meditation. And you know what? He did exactly what Gary said a few minutes ago. He said, God will give you all you need. God said, even when you appear to not know, speak, and I'll speak through you. And that's exactly what God did with me.
Mhm.
I'm a personal witness to it because I was like, God, I don't know anything about meditation. And he said, open up your mouth. Right. So having that Moses experience of just using what's in your hand, he gave me my mouth and I just opened it up. And it has truly been a blessing to me. And I pray that it has been a blessing to others. I love to hear praise reports. That's what we do on Mondays and on Fridays is
Right.
we share what God has done because we don't want it to be a secret about having faith and believing, and we want to be a community
Right.
because right now in this world that we're living in, if you watch the news, if you read the newspapers or the headlines, you can get discouraged, you can get depressed, you can have anxiety, you can get overwhelmed. So we are a community of believers. It's not about religion. It doesn't matter what religion you are. This is a community of believers in God, in faith, in our Son Jesus Christ. But hey, we accept all, and so I am so happy to hear that you reached out to us. We
Right.
immediately started praying. He
Mhm.
went back to the hospital within probably hours of us praying.
Yes. Yes, for
Went
sure.
back to
Mhm.
the hospital, went into intensive care, saw the angels coming in, visiting him that
Yes.
night, and then going back to work within probably 2 weeks.
Yes.
Nobody
Yes.
but God.
Yeah. But you know
Nobody.
what? You said something, and I remember one day I was going to speak in I was going someplace to speak, and I was really nervous. And all of a sudden, something popped up, and I read it. It said, "If God brings you to it, He's going to bring you through it." And I let it go. But what I've learned, what's so amazing, when you let go and you're obedient and do the work, you grow and you learn. I've learned so much. I learned from clients, I learned from just talking to you. I have learned so much, and I continue to evolve. And what I realize is life is a process of evolution. I
Mm,
don't want to be stagnant. And I
mm.
truly feel if I'm here today, then
Powerful.
there's work for me to do. If I'm
Yes.
here today, because if I'm just here representing myself, then what purpose am I serving?
What purpose are
And
you?
that's how I feel. If I can help one woman or one person, if I can help them let their light shine and they help somebody else and they help somebody else and that help, just to your point, we're creating a community.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the I Am That Woman movement, but my brothers are with us today and they are jamming on this
Mhm.
conversation. Greg said, amen. Prayer is the one thing that can change anything.
Right.
Whatever you need change, prayer is that thing. Whether you're sick, You need a financial blessing. You
That's
need
true.
emotional or mental healing. You need healing from addiction. It's that one thing that can change anything. I absolutely love that. And yes, Tyrone, people need the Lord more
Yes.
today than any other time I think that we have lived and existed. I mean, there's so much going on in this world, and we cannot. The Bible even tells us to be separate. Even though we live in the world, we are not of the
Of
world.
the world.
And so we need God now more than ever.
And it begins with you just have to admit it. You just have to call his name. True story. I was supposed to write Inspirations for the Soul, and I was trying to get somebody else to write it for me. True story. And she was procrastinating. But I knew I was supposed to write this book. I fell and broke my ankle in 3 places in February. I went and didn't go to the doctor till the next day because I was in denial. So, long story short, when I finally went to the doctor, and they said, well, you have to have surgery, but the swelling has to go down. And oh, by the way, you won't be able to walk on it for 6 to 8 weeks. I live by myself, and I live in a bi-level condo, but that's a blessing too because I can take the elevators to each floor. So I'm lying here on my sofa and I'm crying like a baby, and I'm like, God, how am I going to take care of myself? And I'll tell you, true story. That little voice said, "But I'm here with you." Do you know I wrote this book in a month?
Wow.
I wrote this book. I sat here. I wrote this book in a month. Now I'll tell you, I take no credit for anything that I do. So, but I learned. Here's what I learned. I learned some valuable lessons. Two valuable lessons I learned. Number one, I was trying to revert back to my old way of suppressing my feelings. Number one, God said, "No, you can't." And number two, I learned to ask for help. And I learned that I've always known that I wasn't alone, but I felt the presence.
Wow.
So I could have easily just cried and just been miserable. I broke my ankle, but I said, no, God said, no, you're not by yourself. You're not going to lay here and be miserable. I'm going to use this opportunity to heal you physically, mentally, emotionally. Oh, and by the way, it's going to help somebody else.
Wow. Yes, it is helping all of us. And Gary, thank you. With faith, all things are
For
possible.
sure, for
You
sure.
just got to have that relationship, and He does the rest. Talk with Him, walk with Him, and believe in Him. And Eva, that's exactly what you did. You believed in Him. You was running with Him, praying, just having faith. And even in our disobedience, thank God He still loves us.
Mhm.
Thank God for daily grace and mercy. Thank God He still covers us.
And this is what's amazing about choices. See, and that's the thing, what people don't realize, we're here and we want to go here, some of us, we want to leap, but it just begins with small steps. So you make a decision today to take a small step. Now, when I broke my ankle, I had a choice. I love to jog. Now, I could have said, God, my ankle, why did you make me, why my ankle? Because he stopped me dead in my tracks.
Wow.
I could have said, why my ankle?
Mhm.
But I chose. I made the decision to trust him.
Just trust Him.
I made the decision not to question him. Although it was hard, I won't lie, it was hard. But because of my faith, and I know God, I
Yes.
made the decision to trust him. And before I knew it, Inspirations for the Soul, one of my favorite. This is probably my favorite because it's
I am
down to do it.
so excited. Oh my gosh, Eva, this has been an amazing conversation. I could talk to you all day. I appreciate everyone who has joined today. Tyrone, thank you. Greg, Peggy, Shiree, Valerie, Gary, Africa, hey, Greg, I think I said his name, and all those other ones. Sister Bradley, Deetris, praying for you and your family. Crystal, anyone else that I may have missed. So
And
grateful.
I screwed this up. I put the wrong link. I put the I Am the Woman's Retreat link on my website. I didn't put yours on there,
Oh,
Twyla.
it's on both. It's on
Okay,
three
good. Okay,
channels. Yep, you
okay,
can
good.
join on my
Okay,
Facebook page. You can join on the I Am That Woman
okay, good.
Movement and Retreat group
Okay,
page,
cool.
or you can go to the I Am That Woman YouTube channel, and
Okay.
we're going to start, really increasing that visibility. So This has been an amazing conversation. I hope you guys have enjoyed Eva today. Put something in the chat. Yes, amen. Fire. I don't know what the word of this year is. Power, because she was so powerful. I've learned so much. I'm always inspired by you. I am grateful for you, grateful for your obedience. And you know, God has his ways of sitting us down.
Ooh, yes, he will. But see, that's the thing. What people don't realize, if you're going through something, hold on. Elevation. I say this all the time. Elevation's on the other side. And you get to decide whether or not you want to go through trials and tribulations burdened down, or embrace the trials and tribulations and seek the lessons to be learned. That's it.
You hear that? You get to decide. It's up
Yes.
to you to decide by this thing right here, the
Yes.
power of this right here, your mind, where it is, what it is that you want to manifest, what God is saying. Be still and know that I am God. If we
Amen.
just be still, and he set you down to be still. To
Oh,
be
yes, he did.
procrastinating.
Oh, yes, he did. But I learned. But I'm a better person as a result of it.
Absolutely.
All I
We
can say.
all are, and thank God that because of it, that procrastination, that delay was not a denial.
No.
And here we have once again Just Leap. You guys see it right there on the screen. Go to her website. Let's make this a bestseller. Come on, let's put her out on the list. Share this with your network. www.oneevolution. I love
One,
evolution.com.
evolving one day at a time. One day at a
Evolving one day at a time. Eva, what's your closing remarks? What do you want to share with them for the weekend? Inspire our audience as we go out.
time. Here's the thing. If you got up today, if you're sitting here listening to us, you have purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, you owe it to yourself to seek your purpose. You owe it to yourself to live your best life. And here's the thing, it's not always about you. It's not always about you, because if you let your light shine, you're giving someone else permission to allow their light to shine. You're stronger than you think you are. Believe in yourself, trust yourself. Don't talk yourself out of what it is that you want. If you need help, seek help. Live your best life.
If you need help, seek help. And Eva can give you that help. So she is here. You can contact her. She already said it. She's a life coach. Guess
Yeah.
what? That means that she can help you. If you know what your purpose is, don't know how to get there, call her 312-725-8099. 312-725-8099, or drop her an email, one evolutioncc@gmail.com. And don't forget, go on her website, order her book, support her. We're all about supporting our women. We're all about
Thank
supporting our
you.
businesses. So let's go and support her and get that book, read that book, and see your most powerful you come to life.
Mhm.
Eva, thank you.
You
You've
are a
been
blessing. You
you
are a
are a
blessing.
blessing. You are a blessing. And
Thank
once again, you guys, Eva shared her testimony. I'm trying to tell you all, don't sleep on our prayer and
you. Oh,
meditation line. Don't sleep. Get up. The word even tells us to rise
yeah.
early and seek him. And so you can join us. It's just a conference call. You don't even have to get all pretty. It's not a Zoom call. Just dial the number on your phone, 605-313-5104. That access code is 345235#. Again, 605-313-5104. Access code 345235#. 5:30 is early, but it's the best thing that you
Oh,
can
yes.
do.
You
Start your
won't
day.
regret it. I promise you, you will not regret it.
All this month, we're affirming our confidence. As we move into this new year, we want to make sure that we are powered up in the confidence that we need in God. Because when we have confidence in Him, we have confidence in ourselves. And guess what? With God, all things are possible.
Sure.
So, whatever that still small voice is telling you to do, come on and get some confidence so you can walk in it. Take that leap and go ahead and do what you need to do. And so we just want you all to know that we are here as a community to support you, inspire you, encourage you, and to bless you. Thank you so much, Eva. Don't go away. I'm just going to take you off screen
Okay.
as I make one more announcement. Wow, wasn't she amazing? I love my guest, my sister last week, Eva this week. Come on, you guys. This is a powerful January. We are not playing with you this year. We want to make sure that every woman and man has all the resources that they need in order to live your best life holistically, mind, body, and spirit. So I'm always sharing how you can do that because I believe that God has intended for us to just, live our best life the way that He intended us to do that. And guess what? We're coming back, y'all. We are coming back live in 2022. We are going to drum roll, please. Yes, we are going to Florida. So save the date now, October 26th through the 30th. We're not in Mexico, but we are in Marco Island, Florida at the beautiful five-star Hilton down there. You can register now on our website, IamThatWomanRetreat.com. So go. We have some promotions. We have some specials. Go, 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 go and register. It only requires a $300 non-refundable deposit. Secure your spot. I'm going to tell you all now. It's only 100 ladies. We're keeping it intimate. We're keeping it small. We want to make sure that we provide all the services that we have in the past. You're going to start seeing our speakers, our lineup, and our celebrities, our local women. All of them are going to be fabulous. And this year, we're diving deep. We're diving deep into who we are, the DNA of Black women, and who we are, who God created us to be. And so we're going to make sure that we keep this information in front of you so you all can go register. But I'm telling you, don't call me. Those of you who are my bestest of friends, when we fill up to 100, I'm trying to tell y'all right now, that's it. That's all. You all have told me, those who have come in the past, to keep it small and intimate, and we're going to do that. But I hope and I pray that you will go online and register. Go ahead and secure your spot because we want you to be there. October 26th through the 30th, 2022, down at the Hilton Marco Island. Listen, I got to get out of here. Going to the Bulls game. Woohoo! Go Bulls with my mentor, Belle Von Walker. If you all know Miss Walker, y'all know she a firecracker. And if I'm late, I'm going to be in trouble. So thank you all for joining today. I appreciate your time. I hope you learned something. I hope you go on Eva's website and leap with her new book. Have a great day and a great weekend. Hope to see you or hear you on the line Monday. Have a great day. Bye-bye.